welcome back to our This Is Us episode review. Our thoughts on tonight's episode of This Is Us titled Brothers, and I'm not sure about you, but hey Wes. I think I can say I think this is my favorite episode of the season so far.
Me too.
Like from the story,
besides the first episode, actually maybe more.
Yeah, I mean I enjoy the first. I've enjoyed every episode this season.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I think in terms of the story and the multiple levels of flashbacks in this episode,
and it was funny.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
I think the one the Kate scene was one of my favorite parts because at first you're because we're kind of redoing the whole she's going off on the skinny girl thing. It's like, okay, we kind of been there, done that. She's like, you're going off on me
I
again?
love the fight. I thought it was so funny.
No,
it was so PG, like you said, but it was just funny.
No, and then as she gets in the car, I'm like, she's gonna back into her, and then she backs into her. And like, how could you be doing this? She's like, I'm pregnant. What? She's that was nice. I thought it was kind of nice.
I thought it was funny. I liked that scene a lot.
Me too.
The only scene that they thought was funny that I didn't think was funny, and it's not. I like Toby at the beginning, so it's not me hating on Toby. The whole thing in the restaurant was weird. You dumped water on you. I'm pretty sure that was dirty dishwater, and then just left it there. So that was a little pushing it, but it was a really good episode.
Yeah, I really liked it. And I'm glad there's finally been some development between Randall and Deja.
Yeah.
And that she was finally able to open up to him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because in the first episode they had her, she was obviously very scared of him when he was trying to reach for her for a second. And now we know why, because with one of our previous foster homes, it was really abusive and it was just nice for them to have that moment. But and then also I like the moment before that when Randall and Kevin are kind of waiting outside the bathroom talking for a moment. At first, I was kind of hoping that Kevin would kind of be a little more open with Randall and kind of let him know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the big things in this episode was we saw... What?
When did he get over there?
Oh, right now. And that... Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. One of the things that Kevin was struggling with the most in this episode was, his now dependency on his painkillers.
And alcohol.
And now alcohol, too. And, he embarrassed Sophie, and that caused some tension in their relationship in the episode.
And he's begging doctors for meds.
Mm-hmm, which is, super, super desperate. I mean, yeah.
Very common.
Yeah. So I wonder how far this storyline with Kevin is really going to go.
I hope not too long.
Me too. Because, I don't want it to be a season-long thing. I feel like this show kind of, doesn't wrap up, but introduces storylines and kind of gets through them fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So, and plus it's in real time. I can't imagine he can go on that much longer without anyone noticing.
Yeah, but it does. Many people do.
No, yeah. I'm not saying.
Look how long Jack was an alcoholic. Nobody knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And speaking of Jack, I like the stuff we got with him and young kids, and finally kind of confronting young Kevin's problem with Randall, why he's been a bully, and he's just I don't know, for me, I get he's a little kid, but I still would have saw him sex a little more.
I think they'll probably get deeper into that.
Yeah.
I really liked Kate and Rebecca in the scene because I think they've made a lot of positive progress.
Mm-hmm.
And Rebecca, I actually really like her character now.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I wanted to from the beginning. So I really like her development this season.
Yeah, I love her development this season just because I was we've talked about this in previous episodes, but just the way they ended her last season was making me real stale on the character. I'm I'm not sure if I really want to look forward to this character now, but they've really done a full turnaround with this character. Because this is how I liked her in the beginning. Yeah. She's back to where she was. As long as they don't go back down the route of making us dislike her again, which I don't think they will. I think they kind of saw how the people reacted to the finale.
Well, it's one thing to have a couple negative things, but when every negative thing that happens, you have it be having to do with Rebecca, of course we're gonna resent the character.
Yeah.
So now they're finally kind of evening it out. Mm-hmm. Hey, Jack's not perfect either.
Yeah.
She's pretty good for...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's for me, in this episode, I really like a lot of the dynamic between her and Kate, and kind of her being the one to go to visit Jack's dad.
And tell him how good Jack turned out despite him.
Yeah, I know.
We found out he has a brother.
Oh, yeah, that was probably one of the
who's obviously, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's dead.
Yeah.
And I was going to say maybe it was the dad's fault, he was driving drunk. but then they showed him in Vietnam.
So I assume he died.
But they may want us to assume he died in Vietnam, because I was really thinking it had to do with the dad. Mm-hmm. But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with that storyline. Because now that introduces a whole new like dynamic to the show, but like that they can really explore if they want to.
Which they needed.
Yeah, because like I mean, not to say like the show like can't really go anywhere, but like
the past can't go anywhere big.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they like are still like we're still surprised by this show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only like we're still beginning of the second season, but still like.
But they started out so strong and with such bold storylines, it was hard to see like. How are they going to top this?
Yeah.
You know, how are they going to keep going from the patriarch of the family dying?
Mm-hmm. And that's why for me, like, some people have, I've seen like a lot more, not a lot more, but I've noticed more negativity towards the show this time around. But it becomes more from people who are just like, I don't like shows that are like setting me up to be like crying and emotional all
That's
the time.
been the show from the beginning. They
yeah.
advertised it.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if you start watching, you don't like crying.
I know. And if you look honestly, and the hashtag on Twitter, like the little emoji next to it is a tissue box.
Yeah.
So like the show knows that that's its goal. But I mean, I can kind of understand why people might not like that because like they feel like they're like purposely playing with their emotions like that.
But I mean, some people like that. I like that because I'm not a crier, but the shows make me cry, and I feel like it's almost like therapeutic.
Yeah, to like kind of let those emotions out. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? But this episode was almost like comedic relief in a
was.
lot of ways. It had serious parts, but
Had a lot of serious
the
parts.
part with Kate was hilarious.
I think
Like,
that's
we were
one of my
actually
favorite
both
parts.
laughing out loud.
And I was up until this episode, I was gonna kind of say like I've kind of even with the pregnancy reveal last week, I would say even like up until that fight with the girl or the argument with the girl, I was like I'm not really caring about Kate this season.
I'm glad that Kate has a different storyline.
Yeah.
That made me already more interested because
yeah, it's not about her and Toby.
No,
I mean,
I'm talking about it's not about her weight.
Well, that's.
I mean, yeah, it's a concern, like she said, but that's not her only storyline now. Yeah. She's pregnant. She has something aside from that. So I'm way more interested now because obviously the weight storyline was interesting, but that's not all she is, and I'm glad they're going to explore other storylines for her.
Yeah. And just for me, I know you don't like Toby, but like,
I liked how him at the beginning of the episode. I just did not like the scene with the walk. That was just weird.
Yeah, I mean that did feel a lot out of place. I feel like the shows we've been watching, like there's always like random like kind of like musical scene or like random like use of these
like,
songs.
I don't know if you guys watch Riverdale, but they sing "My Milkshake"
by Josie
cover,
and the Pussycats,
and it was just really strange.
And then last night on Supergirl, they did "Hit Me Baby" one more time.
And then tonight they did him.
Doing that one song. I just noticed as the song from Ted that they were carried doing. Yeah, well, that's my singing.
Both of us just imitated it horribly.
I know. That's why we're not singers. And well, speaking of singers, what's up with Kate's storyline in that? So is that not gonna?
She's got bigger things to deal with right now.
Yeah.
What does Toby do?
Oh yeah, this is the first time I've seen him like have like a job.
Oh yeah, that part kind of bothered me because I was like, he just assumed she wanted to have sex with him.
That was like okay, like.
Also, that sucks. You got to pick up all that stuff off your desk now.
And
I mean, I've never had my job's not a desk job.
Yeah,
I never wanted to have a desk job, and I sure as hell wouldn't want to pick all that stuff up. So, good luck to you, Toby.
I know. Like, what does he like? They never really like explored like what he does outside of him and Kate, you know.
It's the first time we've seen him outside of their apartment since like forever.
Yeah. So for me, like I like Toby, but yeah, that one scene with the desk, but that was like, come on, dude, like, don't like assume like that, especially because like, I don't know, I just, because I'm not that type of person where like I would automatically assume something like that, but it's just, I don't know. But another thing, I really just enjoyed like the vibe of this episode because yeah, it had those heavy themes of like dealing with like Deja and Kevin's addiction problems, but then you had those moments with Kate and it just like
egghead.
Yeah. And I just really love this episode.
I liked it a lot too.
I guess I think it's my favorite of the season so far. I'm rolling. I would say what, like this is like the 5th episode in.
Yep.
And I just really enjoyed it.
It was really good.
Yeah, and plus for me, like This Is Us has been my favorite show of like the shows we've been watching so far this fall. Because especially with like shows like like the superhero shows in the CW sometimes, like, if you guys have been watching my reviews lately, you guys know I'm just getting a little, not tired of the shows, but just like...
I haven't been in the videos anymore, so that's how I feel. But I'm also not, like, a super fan in the first place. So.
Yeah. Like, but just, like, I mean, I like last night's episode of Supergirl, but, like, The Flash has become just, like, I don't know.
Let's see. We still have to watch
I know, we still have to watch that next.
After this.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a show. My whole point is it's just nice to have a show that, like...
It's consistent.
That is, exactly, that's consistent. And that,
I look forward
that there are stakes. And it's a family drama, and, like... That's why, like, when I look at, like, superhero shows, like, it's easy for them to have stakes, but they're just, like... Let's just have couples therapy and see where that goes, and then throw a bunch of jokes in there in The Flash, you know? Like, it's just like, I don't know. I just think the way that
got me 2 shows, Grey's Anatomy and This Is Us. Those are the only shows that I watch for myself and not, like, just watch them because I watch them with Nick, and I am happy with those.
Yeah. Honestly, and I haven't even watched any Grey's Anatomy with you this year.
It's because you're always at work on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I don't wait to watch Grey's Anatomy from now on.
Oh, I know. That's why.
Sorry.
Since before she was with
I don't
me,
even let people watch Grey's Anatomy with me because I have to, like, pay attention.
Yeah, I'm not even, in the times I've watched it with her, I'm not even allowed to speak.
You can't.
Like, even when
I take Grey's Anatomy very seriously.
That she does. That's one of the reasons why she would work in healthcare.
Yeah.
But,
in surgery.
And that's what, like, it was the same thing, like, when we saw, one of the episodes early at Paley Fest this year. Like, I made a couple of comments and just like, shh.
Well, there
especially
was, like,
as we were
big
seeing it
crowd
early, too,
I'm
yeah.
like, shut up.
But yeah, I totally forgot where we were going.
Anyway, Grey's Anatomy, you should watch it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think with that being said, I think it's probably gonna be it from us unless there's anything else you wanted to bring up.
So, good episode.
I'm looking forward to what they're gonna be doing with the whole storyline with Jack's brother and how Kevin's storyline plays out.
I'm looking forward to next week because we get to see
the
their
20s.
And I'm thinking we might see Kevin cheat,
yeah.
which not that I'm excited for that, but I'm excited to see, learn more about that because it's been a while of knowing without knowing exactly what happened. And then we just see where they all were 10 years ago.
Which is so weird because, like...
They all look the same in the previous one.
I know. But at the same time, like, this time, like, 10 years ago, like, Justin Hartley was on Smallville and he doesn't look, like, that different. He was just, like... less scruffy and had blonder hair. I was like, I mean, it's not hard for him.
And it looks like they just gave Kate a wig.
Yeah.
Randall, we didn't really see in the preview.
We
did.
Yeah, because Beth was pregnant.
They changed his glasses and
I know.
shaved.
I know. And at first I was worried about Jack's look because he had the whole like bobbed hair.
I think that was Halloween.
No, yeah. After watching the
My guess is that's Sunny and Cher.
Yeah, I imagine so because that looks very like of that era of Sunny and Cher. I mean, that's the only era they were really Cher. But yeah, so again, with that being said, that's going to be it from us. So what did you guys think of this episode? Send your thoughts in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for all the other content I put up on my channel. Next up, we're going to be watching The Flash, so you guys can expect a review sometime tonight for that.
Maybe. Just kidding.
Yeah, check out any of the other videos on my channel. And thank you guys for watching, and until next time, have a good one.